Today, we're going to go over one of my favorite features in Strucsoft, which is the Quick Create tool. My name is Hannah. I'm a software specialist here at Strucsoft Solutions Great Tech Group, and welcome to this week's Tech Tip. First, let's take a look at this tool. I'm here in the Revit environment. You can see that I have already mostly framed my project. I've left a few walls over here that I'm going to be framing in this Tech Tip using the Quick Create tool. I'll go to the software menu. So this is the software menu. I'm going to switch to the wall module, and I'm going to be showcasing the Quick Create tool. The Quick Create tool automates wall framing in conjunction with the template map. So after you've created a template map, you can go ahead and create multiple panels at the same time using this tool. Click on Template Map. You can see that I have already created multiple template maps on my end. I will be using this one right now, and you can see over here that I'm matching wall types with templates. I'll explain what this means in a little bit. I'm just going to click on OK. Now I'm going to go over to my model. I'm going to select multiple walls at the same time, like this. And you can see over here that I have 5 walls, and they are all different wall types. I'm going to be framing these walls with different templates, just like we see over here. So what I'll do is I'm going to click on Quick Create. And now the software is going to start framing. What it's actually doing is it's matching wall types with templates, just like we specified. And here is the end result. You'll notice that the software has automatically framed all of the wall types that I had selected using different templates for each wall, just like I specified in the template map. Now that we've seen what this tool can do, let's start at the very, very beginning. Let's pretend that I've installed the software for the first time and I don't have my own template. How do I make one? I have to start by creating the wall using Revit. If I go to Edit Type, hit Structure, I already have a structural layer. The thickness is 6 inches. I'm going to say OK. I know the name of the wall type. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a simple panel by using the Create tool. I'll pick an out-of-the-box template. For example, in my default folder, I'm going to use light gauge. I also have wood because I'm using Strucsoft Suite. This means that I can frame using wood or light gauge. I'm going to pick the default out-of-the-box template, set it as active, hit close, and then create. Then I'll say OK. Now what I can do is I can start to manipulate this panel to make it look like the end result that I'm looking for using the Properties menu over here or the Properties preview. This is our new feature that I'm going to be using for today. Let's just make this a little bigger. What I can do is change the sizes of the horizontal, vertical, bottom, and top tracks over here. And if I go to View, I can start to make changes to my panel, such as, for example, changing the first offset and maybe changing the spacing. And then if I hit Apply, I can see the result right away in the viewer over here. Let's make it 1 foot 4 inches and hit Apply. Now what I can do is add additional features. I will add some horizontals. I will make the horizontal start from E1 until E2. I'll make the lateral justification structural center line. I will use this specific family. I'm going to split horizontals, add a stagger, add and apply. I can go on and on, but I'm going to stop here. I'll hit OK. And if I'm happy with the panel that I've created, I can save it as a template to use it over and over again by selecting one member of the panel, going to Properties Preview. Then I'll go to Template. I can save this anywhere I like, and I'm going to save as and call this anything I like. I'll call it Tech Tip. Now I have a new template entitled Tech Tip that I can use over and over again. If I make any changes, I can update it. But for now, I'm just going to hit close and OK. Now what I can do is use that template, either one panel at a time by using Create, going to Template, choosing the template that I just created, set it as active, hit close, and then create. But another technique I can use, if I make some copies of this wall over here, is that I can use the Quick Create tool to automatically frame multiple walls at the same time. Let's say for this wall, I want to use something else. Let's make this a 4-inch. I can now go to my template map. I can create a new template map and call it Tech Tip. And now I can start to populate my template map by clicking on the plus sign. I'll make 2 walls, and I'll click the wall type over here from the drop-down. This will read all the wall types that you have in your Revit project. I'm looking for something specific, which is the 6-inch SL. And I'm also looking for the 4-inch SL. I can match these Revit wall types with the Strucsoft template of my choice. I'm going to use this one, which is the one that I just created for the 6-inch, and I'll use something else, something random for the 4-inch. When I'm done, I have to make sure that the template map that I want to use is highlighted in blue. I'll hit OK. Then I can make a mass selection like this for multiple wall types. And then I can use Quick Create to create framing for all of these walls at the same time using different templates. And here's the end result. For floors, ceilings, and roofs, we have a similar tool. Over here, I have a floor. Here, I have a compound ceiling. And here, I have this roof. If I switch to the floor module, you'll notice that we also have a Quick Create tool. And this is where I can create template maps. I'll click on Template Map. I'm going to create a new template map and call it Tech Tip. And here, when I click on the plus sign, I can add floors, ceilings, and roofs at the same time. And when I click on the plus sign, I can add for each one of them, or just for one of them or 2 of them at a time. And then I'll say OK. For the floor type, I'll pick the floor type that I'm using in my project. Same for ceiling, same for roof. And over here, I'll choose the template of my choice. I will be using back-to-back trusses for the floor. For the ceiling, I'm going to be using light gauge. For my roof, I'm going to be using wall trusses. I can lock the template if I like, and I can frame it now, which means that I can frame it right away without having to regenerate the panel. Let's say OK. Now I can make a mass selection like this and simply click on the Quick Create tool. And now you can see that I've automatically framed my project with just one click. In the case if you're using lines, please keep in mind that we don't have that option with Quick Create. All you have to do is select your lines, go to the Create tool, Pick the template of your choice. Click on Frame It Now if you like, and hit Create. And this is how you would frame your lines if you're not using floors, roofs, or ceilings. That's it for today. This concludes today's tech tip. We hope you found it useful, and we'll see you next week.